What is going on, you guys? My name is Rage and we are back today with another free-to-play character review for you all. Similarly, with the recent changes right now in Marvel Strike Force, Captain America Sam, or in other words, Captain Sam, has become farmable now in preparation for Omega Red Legendary. And I'm here to go through in terms of why I believe he's actually one of the best free-to-play characters right now in the game, and why you should be farming him as soon as you can, especially if you can get access to him. So you can actually find his node here by hitting find, and he's actually located in Doom Chapter 2-6. Now, to start things off here, before I dive into his kit and overall the powerful synergies he's got in his overall build, he's located in a very feasible area of the game with Doom Chapter 2. Reason being is Doom Chapter 1 does have its ups and downs, but it's going to be easier now given the newer characters now in the game that's available since I last recorded these minimum guides. And if you guys need help navigating these waters, do check out my spreadsheet below in the description, where I have made guides for all the way from Doom Chapter 1 to Doom Chapter 3, and hopefully you can utilize some elements of that strategy to get through these nodes. But starting off here, Doom 2.1 to 2.3 allows you the opportunity to utilize characters such as AIM, Mercenary, and Wakandan, which in my opinion I think is a very good balance. I think the AIM roster, you don't need them too powerful, and as well you get the beneficiary support of mercenary characters such as Taskmaster and Wakandan. The big one will be Shuri, providing protection. So these first three nodes actually aren't too bad. Total team power, you can probably get through it 150 to 200k, which is very, very reasonable in my opinion. And now with these next three nodes, which ultimately allow you the opportunity to unlock Captain Sam, it allows you to use Marauders, Spider-Verse, and Hand. Most people probably won't use Hand, but Marauders is a good team because a lot of players will likely have them built up for war. And then the Spider-Verse characters being the symbiotes, who are actually used in all aspects of the game: Dark Dimension, raids, even in the very late stages of war when you need them to take advantage of the enemy negatives and health bars. So overall, Captain Sam is very achievable in the game, Doom Chapter 2. I like the fact that the game has allowed him to be in a very friendly spot, in my opinion, for farming, especially if you're a mid-tier player. I had access to that about a year and a half into the game, so keep in mind Doom Chapter 2 and 3 did come out later on during my playing progress. So that in essence itself is a really great location for such a powerful character. Let's go through his kit real quick in terms of why I believe he's going to have a strong place in the game, especially given where his team is at right now. Soaring Shield Bash, not very many basic attacks that you can actually gain deflect. He's going to get that, and he also has that chance to actually strip away a positive effect from the enemy. So that right there is really good. IT for it because it gives him that guaranteed chance to clear the positive, right? Stars and Stripes is his special ability here. He gains a taunt. He also additionally gains deflect and counters. And by having all those deflects, he's really going to be able to soak up a lot of damage. He's going to apply defense up to all his allies. He's got speed up for all the Avenger and skill allies. And keep in mind, skill allies means that it doesn't necessarily have to apply to Avengers. So he's already benefiting allies that may not potentially be, traded as secret Avengers or even Avengers themselves. But as well, the notable thing here is ability energy in the game is very key and beneficial regardless of who's on your team. And he has an opportunity here to actually grant that to anybody that's on his team, regardless of their skill or not skill. But you can see, obviously, they would get extra benefits if they were actually Avengers or skill, because they would have that speed up. But overall, a very strong and potent ability. When you combine that with the deflects and counters he has, he becomes a pseudo tank. Even though he wasn't designed to be tanking, he's very, very strong. Statistically, he's very powerful, as he came in that post-Kestrel Silver Surfer era, where most of the characters now are statistically just better than the previous ones released. Freedom Flight is an absolutely amazing ultimate ability. And first of all, he does a very high offensive damage already with this ability, but the beautiful benefit of this one is the fact that he can actually fill up the speed bar as well, again, for his skill allies and other allies if they're not skilled. So regardless of who, again, his allies will be, he's going to provide them that benefit of having Terminator. And again, at points in the game when you're having combat, having that turn before the other enemy attacks is the name of the game. Speed is the name of the game. By having something that actually impacts the turn meter and giving your team the edge over the enemies, this can be a do or die moment, in those moments where you need that heal activated sooner rather than later. And by having this ability, it almost cements its place in the game. especially given where we're going right now with all these powerful characters being released. But having that advantage in battle and him being able to provide that value to different characters on his team, regardless of their skill or not. Captain's Legacy, a very, very powerful passive. On his spawn, he's going to gain deflect, and again, if you're a skill ally, he's going to provide that additional benefit. On top of that, I like the fact that at the end of this turn, if he has a taunt and he doesn't have a deflect, it clears it. So what that does is it essentially allows him to stay alive longer rather than having a taunt to be attacked when he's actually vulnerable. And you can see he gains the regen as well if that does actually happen. Whenever he does have deflect though, you can see he has a significant boost in resistance. On top of that, leveling up this ability, his Secret Avengers is really going to gain a lot of the value here. As you can see in raids, even the non-Secret Avenger skill allies gain 5% max health. So keep in mind, this is only for raids, but this is where he's going to provide even more benefits for his team if you're using these characters in the raids. So you can see here, leveling up this ability, health percentage increases, and again, especially in raids, it doesn't matter if you're skill or not skill or Secret Avenger, he's going to be able to have that benefit once again. Right? And by T4ing the passive here, they're also going to gain that increase in the 40% max health, and as well in raids, the non-Secret Avenger gains that benefit. So regardless in the future where the Secret Avengers goes, Captain Sam by himself has a very concrete skill set because he has that value for other teams and other characters by his side. And that's a couple things, right? Generating energy, providing turn meter and speed up for them, benefits if they are actually skill, and even if they're not Secret Avengers, he's going to be able to provide that value. So that's kind of where we're heading towards right now. His place in the game right now is even more cemented because with the unlock of Omega Red Legendary upcoming, Captain Sam is one of the 5 characters that are actually needed on top of the Secret Avengers with Nick Fury and as well as Winter Soldier. And where he is right now in the game is he's used in all aspects. He's definitely crucial right now to my Secret Avengers as part of that skill team in Doom 2.0. And keep in mind, Doom 2.0 is one of the game modes right now that's the only way to actually achieve the teal orbs, which are then required for Dark Dimension 5. He's a very powerful war character, a lot of defensive capabilities or offensive capabilities depending on how you want to use them. And as well, I've already seen a lot of players starting to use him in Dark Dimension. So in all aspects of the game, whether it be the PvP aspect of war, whether it be the PvE aspect such as raids, Dark Dimension, even just progressing through the campaigns, if you get access to Captain Sam, you're going to get immense value, but as well as the late game potential value of the future proof, where he's going to be able to assist a roster in the future if you use him in raids, and that's where he's going to provide a lot of value. Not very many characters in the game right now have that potency and that effect. A couple do come to mind though, however, right? So, you know, with the Infinity Watch release, Gamora and Nebula are 2 of the most powerful characters in the game right now, but their place is not going to stay here in the coming months. Future-proofing these guys may not be as feasible because, you know, they're mainly driven on offense, and if you've seen with Marvel Strike Force, you can always release more powerful offense characters, but the caveat here is you can't always release characters that can provide energy and provide turn meter, and especially if you're doing it in raids that unlocks teal orbs. There's times I know when I'm raiding that I don't necessarily use Gamora all the time, even though she's a skill character. And that's exactly my point. So overall, you guys, I think he's a great character that you should start building if you can get your hands on it, especially with Captain Sam being available quite early in Doom. Especially if you get access to him in preparation for Omega Red, a character worth building as well for the late game, those Doom 2.0 raids for the teal orbs, and potentially protecting yourself in the future investments for other modes released in the game that can help provide that value to you. So thank you as always, you guys. Hope this video helps you and provides some insight on Captain Sam. A very great addition to the game. I hope you guys are able to farm him in preparation for the legendary event. Thank you as always, and I'll see you in the next one.